butterfly garden was started about 5 years ago by the Stewards of the Earth to support both local butterflies. Virginia has butterfly of Virginia and so on, but mostly because monarch butterflies are really in trouble. And so the more little way stations of butterfly gardens that are formed, the better for them. It's an interesting story that the monarch overwinters in one fir tree forest in Mexico. And many generations, it takes many generations to migrate. So the first generation maybe goes to Texas and they breed and a new generation is out and then they fly away and they breed, and it takes about 4 or 5 of those stations before they make it to their summer, which is both northern New York and here, but northern New York as far as northern New York and Canada. But on their migration back for the winter, one generation flies all that way from upstate New York and Canada all the way to the fir tree forest in Mexico. What we try to do is have a few annuals for the nectar and pollen for bees and hummingbirds, but mostly perennials that attract butterflies. So we're unsuccessful growing milkweed, which is what they breed on, because our critters from all over these woods eat it. But we have swamp butterfly weed, and butterfly weed, and they will feed on that. And so that supports them and monarchs particularly, but also all the other butterflies that we get here. So some of the things that anybody could plant at home would be coreopsis and butterfly weed, swamp milkweed. Those would all grow and aren't eaten by our critters here. What else do we have in this garden that's, down at the end, which is really pretty. You might want to see that. Barbara Shaka planted this Amsonia, and it happens to be in bloom right now. And that supports all butterflies, bees that require pollen.
Is that?
And that's called Amsonia. That particular one is Blue Star. And then we have some herbs that support butterflies: sage, thyme, rosemary, because they all flower at some point. And of course, the idea is you get things to flower at different times of the season, so you're supporting the bees when they come through and when they go back. Barbara Shaka was responsible for the sign, to give credit. This is a funny little thing. This was also her idea. And Barbara Shaka had the kids from Vacation Bible School build this support. And this bottle is to make a puddling center. So you have a little hole in this plastic bottle, which we're about to fill this today, and it drips slowly into this little rock place. And the butterflies get minerals by sucking up that mud. And then we have 1 or 2 rocks, because butterflies, like some birds, like to spread themselves out and get warm. So we have a few rocks here. There's one, and there's one. Our herbs that we have are also parsley and rosemary. And then we put and like I said, coreopsis. We have butterfly bushes, which there's some people think that you shouldn't, because it doesn't really support their growing, their living, their breeding. but it is a huge source of food for all butterflies and bees and hummingbirds. The Stewards of the Earth do several things in support of the environment. Our major source of income is we run a community shredding event, or either once a year, sometimes twice a year, in the spring. And many people come and bring us a couple of boxes of stuff to shred. We also maintain Trinity Trail, which is over by the Columbarium, and that's an annual event, I would say, to maintain that. And then we encourage recycling, and we recycle pill bottles, tabs, cans. We used to recycle egg cartons. We no longer can recycle plastic because Roanoke doesn't take plastic. Another activity of the Stewards of the Earth is cleaning, which is pretty much run by Jeff, and that's been explained in another video.
Yeah. One of the things that Stewards of the Earth does as part of its mission is to encourage members of the church to recycle in their own homes. And we as a church unit try to promote recycling within the church. So we have recycling stations that are set up outside the building, in the kitchen, at strategic points in the building, such as in the office, so that we do as much as we can in recycling paper, household batteries, aluminum, anything that we consume in the church that can be recycled, we recycle. And as far as promoting people doing it in their own homes is concerned, we do our best to update the local county regulations for recycling and direct people to points within their counties where they can recycle everything from tires to cans to newspapers, office paper, bottles, and we've been pretty successful in this. The regulations continue to change, so we publish updates on a pretty regular basis, like once a year, and make it available to all our parishioners. Right now, we're at a point where the county is picking up more of this responsibility, and depending whether you live in Bedford or Franklin counties, they're trying to expand what they take in their recycling centers, and we alert people of those changes and try to get them to participate from the level of their household. But within the church, we monitor all the points, and we make sure that we cut down on the waste stream that we have that would otherwise go into the dump, and try to get that material recycled.